Hello, my name is Aaron Ingram, and today I'm going to be demoing my Flask Python app called Stress Relief because we all get stressed out, and sometimes it's nice to have ways to let go of that. So I'm going to kind of get the app started, and then I'll show you the commands, and we'll jump right in. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my PowerShell, and I'm gonna make a directory. We'll call it demo that we can put this in. Then I'll navigate there, and I'm gonna create a virtual environment with the vend command. And I'm gonna take my zipped files, and here's my demo folder with the vend there. I'm just gonna copy my zip files into that demo folder that now has the virtual environment. And now that we have our app with all the files in it and environment, we're in good shape. So we're going to activate the environment. We've received that. It's good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to install a requirements file. Now you can set an environment variable and do a Flask run command. My preference is actually to run it from just the Python command. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to do Python run, and we're going to wait for the server to start up. And it's going. All right, and so we are up, and so now we're ready to go. I'm going to pull up a separate prompt, and let's look over at the code here really quick. So structure, I have some imports. I'm setting up the app and doing some configuration and printing. I have two error handlers, one for HTTP exceptions and one for internal exceptions. Then I have some kind of worker methods that will either add, append, or re-index. And then I have some methods that will get data. Some of my data is coming from text here, and then I have some data coming from an API, and then I'm taking that JSON and picking select indices and select keys that I think are relevant. We're loading our data, and then we're down to the route. So let's go and start exploring what we can do with this app. The first route we have is called animal. And so I'm going to call Axel, which brings up a random picture of an axolotl, and it returns the source. One thing I like about this route is that it lets me type in different types of animals. So I can do a cat. I can also put a duck because who knew ducks are also very cute. And so while I would say that was the cutest one. While we're getting some images opening, really getting the source of the animals in a JPG, so you can go get it. Now, let's say you wanted to try a moose. We'd get a command, invalid animal source. Please enter axle, cat, or duck. So we're kind of just limiting you at this time to those animals. But I like how we can use one route to do multiple things. So next we're going to look at is news, and I think I showed you above real quick. We're getting 6 news stories, and so these are world news stories. And so, for me, I don't like news that's too stressful, and so I can tell you that this one here, ID 5 about a father and a gun. It's like, let's delete that. And so now you can see that I only have 5 items, and that one's gone. And then here's one on plagiarism. That would probably stress anyone out. And so we're using the delete command on these, and sorry, I'll do 4. And so now you can see that I have some news that I can read that makes me feel a little better. I don't have to get so stressed out about it. And so let's say I had tried to blow up 3 apples. I would get a 404 because the route is incorrect, or if I was out of index, I might get an index error there. But each time I delete, it reindexes and I get to read the news. So let's move on. So another thing that we do when we're stressed out to help, some inspirational quotes. So I have some nice quotes here, and I might say that I really like reality is leading cause of stress, and that's ID5. So I could return ID5, and then I might say, you know what, I really like that quote. And I think that it has a rating of 3 is too low. So let's make that a rating of 10. Um, oh, sorry, I was trying to select a quote. So it's ID of 5 and then a rating of 10. Um, and so now you can see that my ID is 5. And so if I return all of the quotes, you can see that now that quote that I just changed is actually at the top of the list. This list, we're not sorting it by the IDs, we're sorting it by the rating. So you could see, like, if I took ID1 and if I took ID1 and made it a 11, then that would become the new top quote for us here. So that's the quotes. And finally, I'm going to show you journal, because who doesn't love to write in their journal? And so here um, I have some journal entries, and basically takes the author and the entry, and it will take your timestamp of when you posted it. And so I'm going to add a journal entry right now. I'm going to say, making my demo, it must be a great day. So let's go ahead and this is a post command. So we're going to post that. And so what you can see is that my journal has now showed the timestamp of when I'm doing this. And so let's say I wanted to. Here's one post where I've kind of fabricated some bad JSON, and we'll just get a nice 400 error message that says, please fail to decode the JSON object. So I'm gonna do one more thing before we finish up here. I'm gonna stop my server, and we'll just do. We'll boot it back up. So I brought the server down and brought it back up just so that we could see now that we've stopped and started. My journal entry has persisted to the database, and also hopefully those quotes, the one we gave 11 and one we rated 10, those also stayed. Now the news index story, we've designed those to stay in memory. So that would be a new set, but hopefully with these tools, you will find yourself able to have less stress in your life, and you will also have learned some interesting concepts and techniques that I've used to build my API. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one.